She only wanted to enjoy her burger, but the moment she slipped, everyone around her laughed. Little did they know, what happened next would change their hearts forever. Before the story starts, don't forget to subscribe to USA Drama 2.0 for more emotional, life-changing stories. The afternoon sun sat softly above the little neighborhood corner where Sammy's bottle shop stood like an old friend. Kids ran around the open street, people grabbed snacks, and the shopkeeper, Mr. Sammy himself, stood proudly behind the counter. Among the cheerful noise, Lena, a 13-year-old girl with 2 neat braids and a red hoodie, stepped out of the shop holding a freshly made burger. She wasn't rich, she wasn't popular, but she had a smile that made the world feel lighter. She had waited all week to treat herself to this burger. But life, sometimes, has a way of testing even the sweetest moments. Just as Lena took her first step toward the bench outside, her foot slid on a small patch of spilled soda on the pavement. Before she could react, she slipped hard, her knees hit the ground, her palms scraped lightly on the rough pavement, and her burger rolled forward in its box. But Lena didn't cry, she didn't scream, she just blinked, looked at her burger now lying ahead of her, and laughed softly at herself. But not everyone around her shared her gentle humor. 3 kids from school, Owen, Eric, and Malik, saw everything from across the road. They were known around school as the fun boys, always recording silly videos and posting them online. Malik held up his phone, grinning. "Yo, Lena, that burger really took flight." Owen bent down, hands on his knees, smirking. "You doing a food photo shoot on the ground or what?" Eric laughed too, nudging Owen. "Bro, she's still smiling." "That's actually impressive." Lena kept her smile, even though her cheeks turned pink. She didn't like being the center of attention, but she wasn't the type to snap back either. She just wanted to pick up her burger, dust herself off, and enjoy her day. The shopkeeper, Mr. Sammy, peeked out with concern. "You okay there, kiddo?" "Yeah, I'm good," Lena said, still smiling. But someone else had noticed too. Across the street, a tall bearded man in a denim vest paused mid-walk. He looked like someone who lived his whole life on the road, tough on the outside, but with eyes that softened at the sight of children. His name was Mr. Grant, a regular in the area. He saw Malik recording, he saw the boys laughing, he saw Lena trying her best to handle it with grace. And he didn't love what he was seeing. Mr. Grant started walking toward them. Lena stayed on the ground a moment longer, mostly because the 3 boys had surrounded her and she didn't want to bump into anyone getting up. "Guys, it's fine," she said softly. "I slipped, it's not a big deal." But Malik kept recording. "Hold up, this is gonna go viral." Owen chuckled. "Yeah, girl versus gravity." Eric tried to copy her expression, posing dramatically in the camera. Lena just laughed awkwardly, wishing she could disappear for a second. And that's when everything changed. Mr. Grant reached them and stopped right behind the boys. In his calm, deep voice, he said, "Hey kids, mind giving her some space?" Malik lowered the phone a little. Owen and Eric froze, glancing back. Mr. Grant wasn't angry, but something about his steady presence made them straighten up. Lena looked up at him, a bit surprised. He crouched down next to her, carefully picking up the burger box. "You okay, champ?" he asked, handing it gently to her. Lena nodded. "Yeah, I'm good, thanks. You handled that fall like a pro." She laughed, brushing dust off her hoodie. "I've had practice." Mr. Grant sat back on his heels and looked at the boys kindly. "You 3 got energy," he said with a smile. "Nothing wrong with that, but when someone's already down, the best thing is to help them up, not add to the moment." The boys exchanged looks. Eric rubbed the back of his neck. "We weren't trying to be mean." "I know," Mr. Grant said calmly. "Sometimes we don't realize how things feel to others." Lena nodded softly. "It's okay, really." Malik exhaled. "Sorry, Lena, I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable." Owen added, "Yeah, my bad. That fall just surprised us." She smiled warmly. "It's fine, thanks." Mr. Grant stood up again, stretching his back. "Good, now how about you help her stand up properly?" Owen immediately stepped forward, offering his hand. Lena took it, and he helped her up with an awkward grin. Instead of walking away like nothing happened, the boys stuck around. Mr. Grant looked at Lena's burger and said, "Tell you what, let's make this moment a better one." He walked into Sammy's shop and came back with 4 more burgers. "One for each of them. Here," he said, handing them out. "A little reminder that we're all better when we lift each other up." Lena beamed. Owen laughed. Man, this is way better than making a video. Malik put his phone away. Yeah, real life is actually kinda nice. Eric bumped Lena's shoulder lightly. Next time we're all eating on the bench, okay. Ground level lunch is not the vibe. Everyone laughed. Even Mr. Sammy came outside with cold drinks. It's good to see kids getting along, he said. They all sat on the bench outside the shop, something none of them had ever done together before. Malik talked about his dream of starting a vlog that spreads positivity rather than jokes. Eric shared that he wanted to learn guitar. Owen admitted he sometimes felt left out even while joking around. And Lena opened up about her dream of becoming a writer. Really, Owen said, you should totally do it. You've got the storyteller smile. Lena laughed. What does that even mean? It means you see the good side of things, Mr. Grant said. Not everyone does. She looked touched. Malik pulled out his phone. Lena, before I forget. He opened the video gallery, selected the clip of her slipping, and pressed delete. Gone, he said, and never going anywhere. Lena softened. Thanks, that means a lot. Owen nodded. Yeah, you didn't deserve the laughter. You handled it way better than we would have. Mr. Grant crossed his arms proudly. That's the thing about kindness. It's contagious. The group sat there for almost an hour, eating, chatting, and enjoying the warm afternoon. People passing by smiled at the sight of them. Even Mr. Sammy stepped outside again and said, this might be the nicest group I've seen sitting here in a long time. Lena felt genuinely happy. She didn't think slipping on the pavement would lead to new friendships. For a moment that would stay in her heart for years. Over the next weeks, things changed. The boys treated people differently, more gently, more thoughtfully. Malik even started that positivity vlog he talked about. Guess who his first guest was? Lena. They talked about handling embarrassing moments with patience, and how one act of kindness can rewrite a whole day. Mr. Grant became their unofficial neighborhood guardian, always around, always watching out, always encouraging. And Lena, she wrote her first short story about that sunny afternoon outside Sammy's shop. Her teacher loved it, her friends loved it, her family loved it. That slip turned into the start of something much bigger. Months later, Lena walked into Sammy's shop again. Mr. Sammy smiled wide. Burger day again, she nodded with a grin. You already know. When she stepped outside, she saw Owen, Eric, and Malik sitting on the same bench. Hey, Owen waved, we saved you a spot. Lena sat down, looked around at the familiar faces, and thought. Sometimes life pushes you down, so the right people can lift you up. And as if on cue, Mr. Grant walked by and gave her a proud nod. She smiled back. Everything had changed for the better, all because someone stepped forward at the right moment. If you enjoyed this emotional story, make sure you hit the subscribe button for more heartfelt dramas on USA Drama 2.0, where every story teaches a lesson and touches the heart.